Hey everyone, today I'll be going over a really strong deck for you guys to try climbing trophies with. It's a Royal Champion deck, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Before we begin, I'd first like to explain some general rules about, or not rules, but just like guidelines, just so you guys know when and in what situations to upgrade your Royal Champion and to what promotion. So for the first promotion, which is that the super can bounce up to 3 opponents, stunning each for 3 seconds, I was just doing it mainly for Archer Queen, Shield Maiden, Skeleton King, these kinds of heroes where that they'll try and like prolong the fight so that they'll get a better advantage. However, for Archer Queen, I'd suggest that I suggest you wait to see whether or not they have a witch in the deck or not, because if they do have a witch, then you can select the second promotion or the third promotion. The second promotion, which is when the Royal Champion boasts, she'll gain full energy and +2 super damage, which stacks to a maximum of +16 damage. I feel like this is really strong with Monk decks, especially if he has a lot of supporting low HP supporting minis. Like think about Monk and 4 Goblins, for example. Getting the second promotion against Monk is beneficial because you can potentially keep him stun locked, because your Royal Champion will be constantly casting her super and gaining boast because she keeps one-shotting the goblins. Otherwise, versus Monk, I personally don't think any other promotion is as beneficial versus him, because I think it's, especially with this deck, you'll probably hard lose if you aren't able to, one, keep him neutralized, or two, have a hard enough hitting DPS hitter, such as like the Mini P.E.K.K.A, for example, in your deck, which you can add in if you wanted to. Other situations where you'll opt to do the second promotion is probably when you just see in general a lot of low HP minis, the Witch, for example, most commonly in Archer Queen decks, and of course, like we just said, the Goblins. The third promotion, which is again Boast, gain +1 attack damage, stacking maximum +8 attack damage. This got nerfed. I think it still is okay though if you get a round 1, and if you aren't able to get a round 1, the latest I would suggest getting it is round 2. Other than if you're already past round 2, do not get this third promotion. It's a high gamble at that point, and you risk the chance of your either stuns not being that great, or your just DPS is just being way too low for that late in the game, in the match, sorry. And so yeah, so if I'm versing a Countess though, I I try to make it a point to try and get my this third promotion up as soon as possible. So I do the reroll thing. I reroll all my minis at round 1 to try and get this promotion. Otherwise, I'll stick to having my giant in round 1. But yeah, so this is just a quick overview of when you may want to consider choosing the first promotion over the second promotion and over the third promotion. I know there's like, it's kind of like the thing to choose the third promotion, but in some scenarios it's probably best at times to choose the first or second, especially since they get buffed and they are actually very situationally very strong. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I'll just be commentating over some of the games I've had. One is versing the Countess, and the other one is versing a mirror matchup with the Royal Champion. So jumping into this first round, we're versing a Countess, and like what I said previously, I always make it a point to either try and put down my giant or get my third promotion down if I'm versing a Countess. You're gonna see that we're gonna be losing this first round, but that's completely okay, because once we start putting down our troops and stacking up our third promotion, it becomes much more easier to deal with Countess's shenanigans when you're hitting her for like 10 attack per hit, right? So I'm just gonna be putting down my giant and my knight, and sorry, not my knight, my prince. Usually for most matchups, you're just gonna wanna, on the first round, put down your giant to let him get that value and stack. In the second and third rounds, you're almost always going to be wanting to put down your prince, getting your promotion if you haven't gotten it in the first round, and also putting down the villager and at least getting the first promotion on the villager so that you can get a little bit more damage out. So in the second round, just gonna be seeing what he's thinking about, what we want to do. And also Valkyrie is really only here in this scenario for the purpose of providing anti-heal and for the clan synergy. If you don't have Hog Rider, you can always switch Hog Rider out for another mini that can give you the clan synergy. And the interesting to note about this, what's happening right now, is that the prince will always charge first if he's in the first I guess 2 rows, and you'll just see here that I'm just completely melting this guy, and so the putting position in the bowler there is practically useless, and this is just basically the power of Royal Champion. And just like that, we'll be winning our first match versus a Countess. So jumping into our second game, we're versing another Royal Champion deck. I see that I got Royal Champion in my first hand, and so instead of re-rolling, I'd rather get my third promotion so I can start stacking it early. So the enemy does opt to put down her villager on the damage square, so that's interesting. So we do lose that round, but that's fine since we gain a stack. So okay, nice, we get giant. Now I'm just gonna start rolling for a villager, and that's perfect. So generally, in the beginning of these games, you always want to use your prince to bait the opponent to move, so that your Hog Rider can get value. And so this is perfectly what we want. So in round 3, we could opt to throw in our Hog Rider now, but it's better to wait, better to upgrade what we have right now, because the moment this Royal Champion moves, we'll be pressuring her with our Hog Rider, and so we'll be we'll have the upper hand at that point, and those the Hog Rider stuns are will be really important in the latter half of the game. So instead, we'll just upgrade our villager a couple times. And see, here's the mistake that he just did. He threw his Hog Rider and committed his Hog Rider to one position way too early, when he knows that I can easily move my Royal Champion later in the game. Unfortunately, we will be losing this round, but that's okay, because as long as we move our Royal Champion and we position our Hog Rider to hit his Royal Champion and stun him, this should be a very, very easy match. So again, like I said before, Valkyrie is mainly used for the clan attribute. Although we don't opt to get our Hog Rider right now, that's fine, because we should be winning this match, this round either way, because we just have a better front line and better positioning with our units. So now that we can afford to put down our Hog Rider, and we know that that they moved their World Champion, this should be a pretty easy game for us to close down. Also upgrading our Prince so that we can just one-shot his Prince, and then after our Prince dies, the pony will respawn and begin to knock back other minis. This is especially important for like late game 2v1s or 2-on-2s, where any kind of disruption will have like a really big impact. So you see there, that pony is doing some really, really solid work there by disrupting. And yeah, this is it. This is all I have for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you.